I don't know. It feels related somehow, and I don't know. I don't know. His insomnia is almost a backseat now. Like, okay, what's going on? Who the fuck are these doctors, and what is this?
Well, are we? So I guess we're assuming the doctors are bad, or are they? I don't know.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
They seem ominous or menacing, if not
Yeah.
evil. I mean, so we're
I
Stephen
read that.
King, so we're Dark Tower, so we're, you know, if we're assuming there's a high chance of something supernaturally going on, like
Yeah. I feel at the very
they
least, they're an agent of chaos
with death,
or death.
like they may not have killed her, but they were in her house when she died, so
Yeah. Well, and
that's
I
not a
actually,
coincidence.
so, and I when I was making notes, I wrote this, but them having scissors and having no little, what he calls like the balloon strings, I was like, that kind of makes me think of like the fates from Greek
Yeah.
mythology. And like they're
Mm.
picking and choosing when people die.
So the balloon strings are like your lifeline.
Yeah, like your health
Did
bar.
they? Did they?
I agree.
They haven't actually cut one, right? We haven't seen that. No, he's the evil. The number three. Wait, did one and two have
Number three
scissors, or
doesn't.
was it just three? Didn't three have the scissors?
No, it was the pairing of one and two that came out of Mary Locker's house. They had the scissors. The
Oh yeah,
third
and they
one
were
was just
having
dumping rope in a Panama hat.
He said a knife.
No,
a
they were
knife.
scissors.
No, someone
Well,
had scissors. I remember that.
I do remember there being scissors, but he said before he got the binoculars, he was like, I'm pretty sure it was a knife.
He
For
thought it
number
was.
three,
Actually, I think he thought it was a needle.
I was talking about number 3, but I'm trying to find
have
it.
we? Has they cut any balloon strings? No, right? We haven't seen them do anything except walk up the street and talk like they were having a business meeting.
Right. No, that was just me speculating.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea.
Yeah, I agree.
It makes okay. So what does that mean? What does that have to do with Ralph?
Well, that's where I was going with
Dude,
that. So if the doctors are bad, then he's
who's
only
good?
started seeing them since he stopped sleeping. So clearly there's something to that. Like they're keeping him awake.
Yeah. So he has to have insomnia to see the doctors. Why does he need? I guess we don't know that yet.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I said. I can't tell really if they're doing anything wrong yet or not.
They don't seem nice.
No. I would not
But
want to see
the
them at 2 a.m. in the middle of the street.
No, definitely not.
like snippety snippety snip.
Oh god, that's so creepy.
A little bit here, like you imagine like just getting like if let's suppose they're the fates and just getting drunk and be like, oh, what happens if I do this? Uh,
Damn, you're dead.
yeah, bam. Um, well, do you remember how it ended? Right, that was the end where we found Bill's hat, right?
Yeah.
So what does that then mean?
Well,
That doesn't speak well.
yeah.
I'm sorry, real quick. I found the passage I was talking about. Uh,
Mhm.
Before he finds his binoculars, um, he's looking. He's at Ralph squinted. He couldn't make it out. Wait, I'm sorry. One of them had something in his hand. Ralph squinted. He couldn't make it out, but it had a sharp and hungry look. He could not have sworn under oath that it was a knife, but he thought it might be. Yes, it might. Oh, maybe that was the scissors he thought he was seeing. Okay, you're right.
I love how it looked hungry. Only Stephen King can make an object seem like it wants to kill. Like, what does a hungry knife even look like? I have no idea. I guess I'm picturing it
menacing.
like dripping blood or something.
I'm
Or
picturing the like shimmer in the light where it's like bing. Like,
Yeah.
oh no.
yeah. Seeing auras burned a lot of calories apparently.
I'm sorry, I don't remember what you asked right before that.
Uh, me neither. So
Oh, you
you know.
were saying what is him Doctor Number 3 having the Panama mean?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the missing Panama hat has been found.
Which I'm sorry, what is a Panama hat?
I was picturing a beige hat.
It's like Banana Republic.
That
Does
doesn't
that help?
help.
No.
Like a fishing hat with
Oh,
maybe a wider, flatter brim kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
fishing hat gives me a good picture. Yeah.
Yeah, flatten the brim out a little. Yeah, so it's a style. I know what he meant because I was old. Because I'm old. But
Well, no. One thing I have noticed in this, we have not had any blue chambray work shirts yet.
we're all retired. Nobody's
I
going to
was
work.
gonna say there's no working men.
Uh, there was something
Even the
though.
trucker guy, though, at the very beginning, he just had a work shirt. It wasn't blue chambray.
Oh, I wonder how Robin let that one through. They're like, "Hey, Steve, put blue chambray in front of that."
Maybe truckers don't wear blue chambray shirt.
Maybe.
I did realize, I think, that Stephen King is the only place where people wool gather.
Yeah, you mentioned
Although,
that. Now I can't stop hearing it.
and they never wool gather. I was wool gathering. It's always the was that the gerund, the ing. Nobody wool gathers. They're all wool gathering. Sounds like an event. So no work shirts yet, but plenty of wool gathering. And I think there's another one. There's another ism in here somewhere. I don't remember what it was. Um, and oh yeah, much like Mike Hanlon, Ralph gets a type in the library.
Yeah.
Things have happened at that library.
Yeah. Which
Right.
that bothered me. Not the attack in the library. That's whatever, kind of par for the course with Stephen King. He kept moving the location of where Ralph was stabbed, I felt. And I'm like, you need Robin on this one, man. Come on.
I didn't even pay attention. I was just
I
like,
didn't notice. It was like,
When he was stabbing him, he's like, it felt like it was at the bottom of my ribs. And then when they took the picture, it was like low on his hip and then it's under his armpit. And I'm like, dude, where is this thing?
oh, you're right. Yeah, because when he was next to him, it was under his rib, definitely.
yeah.
And then they like pushed it in a little bit and like slowly stabbed him. Like, oh man, that's worse.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, how did Robin let that get? This was pre-Robin, I think.
Yeah.
Who is from Philadelphia? What the hell? I didn't even know that. Or I forgot. I'm pretty sure I did know.
That's awesome.
And went to the University of Maine. And her teacher was
Yeah.
like, hey, what are you doing for the rest of your life? I got a job for it.
That would be awesome.
I should have went to the University of Maine. I never even thought of it. Although I think the ship had sailed by that point. So I don't know where I was. So yeah, he gets these people in Derry when they have a cause, they really go all in. I'll say that much.
Yeah, it
Although
makes me
this is
if that's just like how he sees things or if like that's how it is in Maine. Or he's had those experiences.
I think this goes back to his traumatic school years. I'll just
Maybe.
back to that.
Well, it's interesting that they mentioned Adrienne Mellon again in this book too.
Oh yeah.
Woo woo. Yeah.
Not a
I
woo woo.
didn't remember that. So the melons are in 2 books out of 65. So I'll take it.
A fixture of dairy.
Yeah, that's right. Every 30 years, the dead melons get mentioned. Too bad he didn't live or have relatives that lived or something. Yep. But yeah, but I think the passion, like I guess I was saying, they're so goddamn passionate. They're like stabbing Ralph, who's been marked. Uh, but I don't think that has a damn thing to do with woman care or the Susan Day or any of that. This has something to do with the Crimson King. So
Right. It
I
feels
don't.
like Ed is to actually I don't know if they're a good comparison, but it reminds me of John Farson, where it's like it's not really about that. It's about helping the Crimson King.
I see that.
Oh, Farson. They
But we're
show
gonna
Farson
use
in the
this
graphic novel
cause.
too. Sorry.
Interesting.
Yeah, you got a picture of it. Yeah,
Because I
like
would
this
say
isn't. Yeah,
I was just gonna say Ed clearly sent Charlie because like he wants him to die, not because of the woman care thing. Like technically Robert well, okay, and actually that's another great like cover is because he helps his ex-wife. And it's like, but it has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a good reason on the outside, but you know, I don't think Ed gives a shit about that.
Right.
Uh, but it's
It's
so.
pretty smart on his side though.
Yeah.
Well, why has Ralph been marked then? Because now all of a sudden both sides are like, we got one side keeping him awake to see the fucking R's and the doctors, and the other side trying to kill him. Were they actually trying to kill him? Did Ed really think? Did Ed really want him dead? Did he think Pickering was really going to kill him? Well, he came close. So
I mean, I don't know. I
why
guess
has
it's
Ralph been marked? I guess is my question.
right.
By
Although
who?
kind of wondering that on both sides. Like he's clearly been chosen as something by someone.
Yeah.
Maybe the turtle woke. Turtle rolled over in his sleep, and Ralph, got marked.
Isn't the turtle dead by this point?
He's
I
just
think he doesn't do
don't
anything anyway.
we need him again in like 20 years. He just doesn't know. I think no, he doesn't actually do anything in the tower. They just talk about his ass. I think
The
follow his
most that he
beam.
does is when he's the Skolpada.
Ah, the Scopada.
True.
Um, yeah. So why I don't why assuming this goes back to the king or Walter or somebody? Why do they care about Ralph fucking Roberts and Derry?
Ed mentioned something about like they don't really see you yet, but if you keep messing with me, then they will see you. These forces, these entities, he called them. Uh, so
I
I
think Ed's
get
a little full of himself there.
well. Clearly, I guess Ed sees him as a threat for some reason. I don't really know why he's so on to. Maybe the people he keeps saying the doctors are like they were telling him things. So maybe they were warning him about Ralph too. Well, no, he said they don't see him yet. Yeah, I don't know.
And he keeps talking about how like the Ed I know was never like this. What happened? I'm like, well, we never met that guy because the Ed I know has been insane from the start.
Yeah.
So it's not real a big jump for me to picture him this way.
But also, again, why does he see Ralph as any kind of a threat? Why is he calling him and telling him to stay out of it?
Yeah, Ralph's like 70 years old. Like, who gives a shit? He's gonna be dead soon anyway.
Well,
Um,
and maybe Ed constantly like fixating on Ralph is part of what's bringing attention to Ralph too. Like him
Ralph must
warning
be
him to stay
important.
out of it, he's just drawing more attention to it.
He must
Like, oh,
do something that's important on a like multi-level operational scale here, as far as the tower goes.
oh yeah. I mean, there's clearly higher forces at work here.
For sure.
Yeah, there's something he does that must affect many levels, and that's why everybody's interested in him all of a sudden. Like, but I mean, so if you're the Crimson King, why don't you just go back to when Ralph was like 4 years old and kill him? That's too easy, I think. The Crimson King's plans are always very convoluted. It's like Batman. They never just kill him. They put him in a trap that they can escape from.
Yeah, I'm also like, I don't know. I guess he is at the tower, but like well, I don't know, maybe he's not there yet at this point chronologically, but like I never thought of him as being able to like time travel.
He's got the fucking wizard's rainbows.
Oh, right. Oh my God, the Toadash. Yeah.
I mean,
Totally
I don't know
gross.
what the other 11 do, but the two we've seen are pretty goddamn time travel-y.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And the Manny can just like walk in a, I don't know, cave and go anywhere they want whenever they feel like it, apparently.
I mean, they made it seem a little more difficult than that, but yes, they do have that ability.
Well, yeah, they have to do some kind of chant, some kind of ritual, but you know, hey. If they can do it, I'm sure the king can do it, right? Maybe he uses them to do it. Like, hey, maybe they're double agents. You don't take sides.
I am curious though, like if we're gonna actually see the Crimson King in this story, because I guess we'll find out like if he's stuck or not, or maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, so this is before Ralph sees that. And he's like, Ed says, I think when he calls him, the doctor told me, the little bald doctor, I think it's him you'll have to answer to if you try to mind my business again. And then God help you. Ralph's like, yep, right. The little bald doctor, the Crimson King and the Centurions, and now the little bald doctor. Sure, buddy. And then Bill's like, you sound like Ed. And he's like, oh, cool. Wait a minute. Maybe I need to rethink this whole thing. But you notice how he says doctor and not doctors. That told me something. So we're talking about jump rope guy, not business meeting guys. Doesn't he say something like that? Like they're having a discussion outside the house, like they were having a meeting about like how they just killed her or something.
It said, I think he said, yeah, something about a serious discussion.
Yeah, I still can't get around the insomnia part. But, so Pickering's going away. I think where did we leave off? Oh, jump rope was the last, right?
Well,
yeah.
We get to I'm not sure.
Jump rope and him walking away and Bill like yelling at him as he's walking away.
Oh yeah, that was awkward.
Yeah, that was a bit much. I was like, don't you live together?
Yeah, I was like cringing and like Ralph's like trying to get away and Bill's shouting like, "Oh my God, shut up!"
I was listening to that part on audiobook and I was like, wait, he's still yelling at him? I was very confused.
Yeah, and what would he have done if Bill started walking up the street after? Like, first of all, yeah, we live here. Stop shouting how crazy I am in front of the whole goddamn neighborhood.
Then you can have this discussion when he gets back.
Yeah, like clearly he's just trying to get away from you and clear his head. So let him go.
Yeah.
I thought this was the understanding, empathetic professor.
I don't think he ever thought that. I think he thought he had no one else to tell. So Bill got elected.
Well, no, he said that he had a gift for students, understanding students, I think. Wasn't that him?
We've never really seen that side, though. Bill's been kind of rigid.
Yeah, that's true. Well, he's retired, so maybe he's out of practice.
He doesn't give a shit anymore.
Or
now
maybe
he's old and grumpy. And
he needs his hat.
I mean, it's never been the same. Watch out. We don't know that. We've never seen him with the hat. It's been missing since we've known him.
Yeah, good point.
That's what I was saying when I started reading. Like, well, I told Amber, not you, Allie, but I was like, damn, the hat's been missing from page 1. I never realized that.
No, I thought the first time we saw him, he had the hat. Like the first time or two.
I think, if I remember right, the first time we met him, he talks about how he didn't have the hat. We're like, oh, okay. And then you go, well, that's not a nice thing. What's the deal with the hat?
I do think I
because I thought he had it when they went to confront Ed after he beat Helen.
Maybe I remember.
Or maybe
it does say so. In my notes, it says page 66. Bill McGovern's hat is gone, which makes me think that it was there until then.
Okay. So yeah, the hat was there from the beginning.
But it did disappear fairly quickly.
Yes. For something that he's said to wear for years, it disappears very quickly.
All I can say is I'm very worried about Bill at this point. I don't like the insane little doctor guy wearing his hat. That can't. And so if the hat's missing and the doctor's wearing it, so these guys are not, or is Ralph just making all that up in his head? Actually, isn't that what Ralph decided?
It's
Because
also
he
a
just
good
he
point.
decided it was like a lucid dream and all that.
Yeah.
Because he even put Bill's hat in the dream.
Yeah.
So we don't. I was gonna say if the hat's real and the doctor's wearing a hat, then they have some kind of physical presence, but we don't even know if they're real. They might Ralph just might be fucking seeing shit. But I think we've moved past that. I don't think we think that Ralph's seeing shit at this point. I think the stuff's there. It's like it's an interesting concept that there's a whole world that you can't see normally. Living like right under the surface.
Well, it's also hard to forget that like you can hallucinate. So I mean,
Yeah.
And he is 70. He could be getting Alzheimer's for all we know. And the book could be over and the next page.
it's just called getting old.
Yeah. Chapter 4. Ralph started having insomnia in the summer after Carolyn died. Like start all over again because he's got Alzheimer's.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, he's very Helen and Gretchen come to see him. So they said it wasn't a social call. I read that a couple times. The point of the visit was to tell him that he'd been marked by Ed, I guess is what that meant.
Yeah, to give him the spray, the mace or whatever, the not mace.
Was that Door? It was, right?
It was Door that put it in his coat and put his coat by the door.
Door put the coat by the door. We're getting meta now.
I heard that, yeah. But it was them that gave it to him.
Right. No. I'm saying who took it off the fridge? Was it Door or did Ralph do that?
I mean, I don't think it's a coincidence that Door was coming out of their house or away from their house and the door was unlocked.
Well, both doors were unlocked. Yeah, that's probably true. He did. I mean, because he was blaming Bill for leaving the door open.
Also, he left a note, so
Dunbun can't be undone. Love that one.
Yeah.
People always look at me like, "What? Like, was that good or bad?" I did that on Teams with somebody, some woman else over the computer, and I think she took that the wrong way. I didn't even know how she took it, but she was like, "What is that?" Like, what? She was like, "What? What does that even mean?" I'm like, never mind. Yeah,
Stephen King
you don't. Either you know or you don't, and if you don't, like, we just can't be friends, honestly.
Yeah, but when you send it with a typo, I had no idea what you were saying.
Oh, did I typo? I don't remember.
And I forgot, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "I'm so confused," because I was telling you to watch that show, and then I was like, "So did you watch it?"
Did I have a typo? Fuck, I forgot that. Yeah, look. Wait, what show were you talking about? The Amazon one, right?
Yeah, Has Been Hotel. I'm obsessed with it right now. Ali, you like musicals too. You should watch it. It's on Prime.
It looked neat, but I'm still mad at Prime for adding commercials. Like, what the fuck?
Well, I promise you the commercials are worth it. It's right up everyone's alley. It's a animated about people in hell trying to redeem themselves into heaven, and it's part musical, and the whole cast is from Broadway, and it's just so good.
Ooh.
I was gonna say that's an interesting concept, trying to be good in hell. Like, okay.
And then it's really neat because then you learn maybe the angels aren't really good and the people in hell aren't really bad.
Interesting.
Well, they're not. They just have a different opinion. Like, God was like, "You don't agree with me? Get the fuck out of here. You can't live here anymore. This is my house."
It's you have to watch it. Adam is such a dick. He's just it's great.
Is Bezos running out of money? Why do we have
I don't know.
Hello?
Hey, I guess it timed out. I don't really know what happened
Okay. I was gonna say I heard nothing and then I looked over and it wasn't on the recording screen anymore and I was like, I hope that wasn't me.
there. It wasn't. Oh, see, now I don't have my uh um side tone thing where I can hear my voice.
Oh.
Anchor. Yeah, I get it. I just looked up and it was like, invite friends to join. I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
so I guess right. I guess Anchor's telling us it's been long enough. What was I? Oh, I was looking. Oh yeah, so that was the last thing I said. What the hell? Bezos running out of money.
Definitely not, but it's still worth it.
I'll check it out. I don't. Every time I always look at Prime for like 20 minutes and then decide to go to like Netflix or Max or something like that. Although I do want to see what's the terrifying town they can't escape from, where all the things attack them at night. What's that called?
I don't
Not Lost. You know what I'm talking about. So,
Oh,
um,
fear or no?
yeah, it's like one word.
Yeah, it's something like that.
I
It's
love
got
that show.
the guy from Lost in it. That's what you're thinking.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is? What's that called? It's like death or die or
Yeah, it's something like oh yeah. For some reason, I think it's 5 letters. I just can't.
no, I gotta look. Let's do it right now. I guess
Them? No,
them,
that was the
them,
other one.
them or they. Wait, no, they was the. I think it was one. It. You know what? One was them and one was they. I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they is the one we're talking about, and them is the one with the racist town.
Yeah, yeah. We have to finish watching that one.
I did finish that. I really liked it actually. Well, yeah. Well, never mind.
Yeah, it took a turn, right? I think. I don't think I've made it to the turn yet.
It was interesting, but a bad ending, as a lot of horror is.
Yeah, good ideas are hard to kill.
Yeah.
Hard to build up. Um. Anyway, where the hell were we? Complaining about.
We were talking about Door, right? Or
Yes. Done bun can't be undone. So yeah, Dora gives him the book. I mean, the
what
the
does the note say? I can't remember.
uh, ev- um, everything
About
I
like
do, I
hurry along so I can get to the next thing.
Right,
yeah,
right.
something like that, which is an interesting, sad way to look at life.
It sounds like
Oh.
oh my god, who's that comedian? The guy who's like the stuff one. Like, he's like, how come every time I go somewhere, I can't remember. Carlin? George Carlin?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, stuff. I thought you said stuffed. I was trying to think of like,
It reminds me of a George Carlin joke.
yeah. How come all your shit is stuff and all their stuff is shit?
Yeah.
California, and you want to go up the coast for tours. Now you need another bag, and you got to take more stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got stuff halfway around the world. Yeah, anyway, I love that routine. Uh, so, what was? How did we get on that?
Because the line, you're hurrying, you're always trying to finish something so you can do something else.
Yeah, I like the way he so he takes a line from a book because I was thinking what it's. I just saw it, Stephen Dobbins' Cemetery Gates, I think, or something like that it was called.
Yeah.
So that's how he makes the book important, and that's how he knows that Dorr did it because he wrote that line on the note, and that's what he said to him when he was standing there. You're like, you might like the first line of that book. It says, "Everything I do until it rushes until I do the next thing."
So it's everything I do, I rush through so I can do something else.
Right. So then he pulls that note out, and he's like, Oh, so now I know who this is. Now I know how it got there. I like how he makes the literature important. Like only Stephen King would do that.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, why are you so cryptic? Why couldn't you just say, hey, you're gonna need this, someone's gonna attack you tomorrow, don't go to the library, how about that?
Neither the turtle nor the king roll that way. I know. Just we got like, yeah. Don't make the appointment with Hong because you need to not sleep. Sorry about your luck, but that's just your life right now.
Everybody knows acupuncture is the cure-all for insomnia.
That is going to work too good. We can't have it.
Yeah.
You are going to sleep for days if you go.
It's a good endorsement for acupuncture.
Right? I feel like maybe he went to the acupuncturist at one point.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's like we need you tired, buddy. So you just and so yeah. What's the end of this? Is he gonna like? Is there gonna be a point where he like goes to sleep for 1 minute and wakes up?
Yeah, right.
Or just not sleep at all.
Well, that did happen by accident because he tried to wait it out. His body was like, "Oh yeah, smart ass, I'll show you."
Yeah. Well, and I feel like it will get to that point eventually.
You couldn't. I don't think it's physically possible, and that's the part that I struggle with.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like, but there are supernatural forces at work, so maybe those same forces are making it possible.
Sucks to be him.
Look, like anything is possible technically.
Right. I'm tired thinking about how tired he's gonna be.
Yes.
I'm just glad I can't relate to this one.
So, and I think that's a means to an end. Like, all right, so Ralph's tired, so now he's seeing shit, and now we got doctors. So I think all this is to get us to that point.
Well, I imagine like the auras are going in and out like more frequently, so I imagine we're getting to a point where he's gonna be seeing that all the time.
True. Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah, we turn it on and off, or yeah, something.
Like
Yeah, Charlie, what?
I'm just saying he's gonna exist in that world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you're gonna have to explore it now, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow his footsteps.
He's got lots of time.
Sorry.
I mean, you're not waking up for no reason. You're certainly not, the multiversal forces that are making you get up earlier every day are not doing this so you can sit out the fucking window and watch the fucking streetlights come on.
And the dog.
Right. Watch a stray dog run around and sniff at footprints that you're not even sure exist. Yeah, stop fighting it, man. The dog and the baby, it's all the same thing. I like how the flowers had like steam. What was it, like blue steam rising off them? And he's like, "Oh fuck, I'm never gonna pick a flower again in my life."
Yeah. It's like, well, yeah, they are dead when you cut them.
You're like, next time you step on a cockroach, you wonder what you're gonna see.
Mm.
I would still probably do it, just man. I think we're good. I'm trying to get to the jump ropey part, but
Yeah. Yeah, the only other thing I kind of like made a little bit of a parallel to, but not quite, is the very first time he sees all the auras, he's saying like how everything looks brighter and like hyper real, and the auras, of course, minus that part. But I was like, oh, that kind of makes me think when Eddie and Roland went to Keystone Earth, and everything was
yeah, I think
bright.
he says hyper reality at one point. That's a good way to put it. It's like everything's like really real. If it's really real, that's the song. Let me stop. Like there's reality, and then there's like ultra reality. You've only been seeing half the show.
That does remind me though that he saw it reminds me of like the Upside Down from Stranger Things, but he saw like another world, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think we know what he's exactly experiencing yet.
Well, he said
Or like a
he's.
layer over the real world or something.
Yeah, it's
I
almost
would just.
like peeling the film back. I think.
That is what he compared it to, like the film on commercials, like the Claritin commercials.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
before
yeah.
Claritin, where everything's foggy and dull, and then you take Claritin, is everything is wonderful.
Or like those night vision sunglasses, where you put them on, you take them off.
Yeah.
Or
Um,
wearing any colored sunglasses and then taking them off. You're like, oh, I don't
well,
like.
right, yeah, yeah, right. Put mine back on.
I like my rose-colored world, please. Rose-tinted world.
I have my yellow colored world. Well, I might do rose like
I have
that.
pink, yellow, red, blue, green. Pink.
Oh, the colors. No purple. What the heck?
Um. Yeah, I do have purple.
Oh, okay. All right. Should have said that. Should have left it that. None of the doctors have balloon strings. Interesting. So, are they? Wait. Does that mean anything at this point? Does everyone have a balloon string? Are they the only ones without balloon string?
You mean like the aura?
He never
No.
said if Rosalie had a balloon string.
Right. So it's a people thing, and so they're not people necessarily. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe.
he did compare them to ghosts. I don't think that's what they are, but.
Did you see the headache remedy that Dr. Jamal had taught Carolyn?
You better believe I rewound and listened to it again because I was like, I wonder if that works.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit. Just saying.
I'll try it. It's more of a relax.
He closed his eyes and began to take deep breaths, trying to picture a different item of food with it. It would just make me hungry. No, actually, when I have a migraine, I don't want nothing to do with food.
Well, it's more about relaxing. So I think it's an easy way to take your mind off of the like stress and just breathe deeply and calm down.
Maybe I'll just think of different Clippers Hill songs.
I also was like, I'll think of different dubstep songs instead.
Like, yeah, see, there you go. I got my own relaxation technique. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, Maylocker died, and
I like how at the very end he's like, I was hoping they wouldn't push. I wish I could find it in time. He's like, I was hoping. What does it say? Oh yeah, he had been pushed into the tunnel after all, and the dark was all around him.
I know he kept talking about.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, well, he kept talking about how the tunnel was looming, and I kept thinking, I think you're already in it. You just don't know it yet. Like you're about halfway through that tunnel, I think.
Like either way, you're not turning around. So
yeah,
it's a one-way tunnel for sure. Following the huge storm in the spring of 1985, a storm which had resulted in the deaths of more than 200 people, many of whom had been trapped and drowned in their cars, Derry's school children had mounted a penny drive to buy one.
I didn't even catch that. I was like, oh, what a weird accident. But yeah.
Right? Oh, damn. Where's that book? Yeah, it's fun. So the school kids, I guess, that were left had a drive to buy a Jaws of Life because a bunch of kids died in their cars. That's new information, right? All these people dying in their cars.
I'm assuming they're talking about when the water tower crashed, though, or the storm.
Right. They're talking about the flood and the storm, and they're talking about the same thing, but that everybody died in their cars. I guess.
Well, not everybody, but 200 people.
Many of the 200. I think that the whole dynamic with the cops outside the house was funny too, where they're like, "What do we do?" They're like, "I don't know. Do we go in?" Like, "I don't know." And then the one guy's like, "Man," and he just walks up and kicks the door in and walks in the fucking house. And Ralph's like, "Yay!" They're like watching a movie. It's kind of funny.
And Ralph is like, "Go in! What are you doing?"
I know.
Because he can see her dying.
Yeah, and it's an anonymous phone call, so they can't be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I have threatened them to walk out of the street, but like, would you idiots just go to fuck in there? And they'll be like, how do you know what we're doing? Like, oh, never mind. And why, Bill, why did he do that anonymously? Because he didn't want to seem crazy, is what I thought. He didn't want to go, two guys that kind of have weird features, and I can't really tell, that are like 4 feet tall in white lab coats, just walked out of.
They're like, sir, you cannot prank call 911.
Didn't somebody say that? Wait, didn't somebody accuse him of that?
I don't remember.
Or the cop? Wait, nope. That was TV show I was watching. He tried to report somebody missing, and they're like, "Stop making shit up." What was that? Yeah, I'm all over the place. As if he had caught Ed Deepno's paranoia like a cold. And wasn't that really the most likely explanation when you looked at it? I like how the narrator at times argues with himself. I had it at one point. He's like, "Well, it was this." I can't remember the example of it, and then he's like, narrator talks. He's like, "Well, let's just call it what it is. Fine, all right, yeah, okay. It was this, not that." Like, like the narrator had debate on like how to word it. Well, it was kind of funny. Like the narrator was, like a character in the thing. What is long time business, right? That's just tower stuff, I guess. Fancy words for that.
Yeah, that's a good guess, I would say.
Yeah.
The Crimson King is involved, so it's hard not to be tower related.
No doctors and evidence. No devils peering up from the sewer grating. I think that's a direct reference.
I would say so, yeah.
And by the way, there's only one sewer grating. I think we all know that at this point.
I know. It also really takes the power and the fear out of it when you see the actual sewer grate.
Yes.
It's kind of not terrifying at all. Right?
Like, can't even get out of there. He's stuck down there.
That too. Like, no, that's nothing like the one in the movie. Yeah. Because then you go, wait, is that what he's picturing when he's writing that scene? Like, come on.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That almost doesn't work.
He's wrong. The movies were right.
Yeah, what does he know? Where's Robin? She knows. 369, hun, the goose drank wine. There he goes again. Love that shit.
And
With
the what about the Eden thing too? Eden's a long way or whatever.
It's a
long walk to
Eden.
Yeah, it's a long walk back to Eden or something.
Yeah, it's a long walk back to Eden, sweetheart. Yeah.
Wait, it sounds Humphrey Bogart like. Yeah, but it was the 369 was like the poem he was reciting, and then when he sees Doctor Number 3, he changes the line to the monkey chewed tobacco on the streetcar line or something. No, wait, that's the original one.
Yeah.
The monkey got choked and they all died together in a little rowboat. So the doctor is responding to the things Ralph was thinking in his head, right?
Yeah, he kept saying it was like he was reading his mind.
Yeah, that's not good.
No. Well, that also definitely means they're aware of him now. I didn't think about that. Or at least that doctor is.
Yeah.
I don't know about the other two, but this guy he's coming after him. He's like, this is much worse than the other two.
Yeah. He even said like he felt
this guy's
marked.
Yeah, I think he definitely is. Yeah. If any of this is real. Oh, maybe he's just going insane. Maybe he's just dead.
What would he even have that would go missing? Like, he doesn't have anything.
Ralph? Oh,
yeah.
like, what, for him to take?
Yeah. Like, if that's the sign of being marked or not.
And what does that mean if you're marked?
I'm not sure, but it doesn't sound good. The doctor's not being friendly.
And then, yeah, so, all right. So Bill's been marked based on that. And Why? Fucking Bill have to do any of this shit.
It's also interesting
Other
that
than,
I mean these
yeah,
people are all old anyway, so like
right? Just come back in 10 years. You don't have to worry about it. I guess Bill would be marked through Ralph, would be the only connection because he means something to Ralph, right?
yeah, but Bill was marked according to Ed before they were aware of Ralph.
Well, that's true. Before Ralph, well, somebody knew about Ralph before Ralph did.
Well, the good forces, yeah, but maybe not the bad one.
The ones I saw coming out of Miss Walker's didn't see me, but this one did. It saw me and it pointed at me. For all I know, it it might actually have been looking for me. He's like, well, there was a nice paranoid thought.
That would freak me out. And they're watching it from your window. Like, what if it starts walking towards you?
Yeah.
Right? I thought when he looked up at the binoculars, the thing was going to be staring right at him. I thought for
Ugh.
sure that was what was going to happen. Like then what? Yeah. What if number three had started walking towards his house? Like, where do you go?
Nowhere.
Yeah.
Bill, I guess.
Right, Bill, get up. I'm not the only one dying tonight. Um. Okay, so it came to him as he walked that all his hopes had been denied. He'd been pushed into the tunnel after all, and the dark was all around. Uh, yeah, Bill was. If that's the way Bill acts, I would not have told him anything. Just saying.
I understand his reaction being like, you might need help, but it definitely had no compassion in it. It was more like, hey, you're freaking me out. You get some help, you weirdo.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that he's like, hey, I go see the doctor now. Stop fucking around. This shit's getting serious. You're seeing shit.
Right.
Uh, but when he's screaming at him halfway up the block and kind of walking, I'm like, okay, wait a minute now.
Like, why are you trying to embarrass him? Like, I don't get
That's
that.
what it seemed like. It was like
Yeah.
Or shame him.
I don't
Yeah.
generally give a shit, what other people think, but I don't think I want, Derry's a very judgy town. I don't think I want them screaming, "You're insane!" Half the way up the block. God,
Well,
my God, what was the old Crocs think?
there's no reason for it other than to be malicious because, like, he could have said that later. That's what I don't understand.
Well, yeah, like he wanted everybody to hear it.
Right.
Maybe that's why he was saying it because he wanted. Yeah.
I guess it's probably like what Ali was saying, like to try to shame him into it, but that's definitely not the way to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was getting mad. Like I wanted to turn around and fucking punch him in the face. Shut up.
And also, like, assume what if he is right and he is losing his mind? That's definitely not how you handle it.
Yeah.
Right? Go see a doctor, you fucking loony. All right. So part two is about 200-ish pages in my tablet, so that's an easy split, right? I got 310 to 515. So somewhere around four. Well, chapter 15 starts on 414. So let's read 11 to 14.
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay. Sounds good.
Split it in half. Well, it was longer than I thought it was going to be. Try to keep these things short. At least we're under 2 hours. But I guess I'll take that.
I just realized part two is called The Secret City. I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
I was not going to comment on that yet. I don't know what
Sorry.
that means exactly. Maybe we're about to see what the world behind the film looks like, I think, possibly. Part 3, did you see what that was called?
I sure did.
Yeah, I did too.
See. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna get damn. The whole part's named after him. Like Jesus. So I guess he's gonna become a factor, right?
I
This is like
assume so.
I feel like this whole Derry, like Susan Day thing is coming to a head really. Like I don't think it's gonna wait till the end of the book. It seems like it's building up really fast. Where do they go from here? Like they're fucking throwing babies and trying to kill each other now. My God, no wonder nobody ever comes to Derry. Yeah.
Mm.
All right. 2 weeks, I guess. End of the podcast. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.